I remember when I would have to wait like a monthly for chapters. I used to
Mm.
get so bummed when it was a short chapter. I would get so bummed,
Mm.
being like, "Oh, that's it? It's so small. It's so small."
Honestly, my feelings right now about Lore Olympus, like the chapters have been so short.
Oh, I'm
Like,
behind. I'm very
uh,
behind.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I save them up.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's probably a better idea, but I can't. I must know.
I save them up, and sometimes like I'm not in the mood, right? Because I get angry at things. And so then I'll just be like, nope, I'm angry. And then I'll be like, I'm saving them up. Okay, we're saving them up now. And I'll wait until I have at least like 50 chapters.
Mhm.
And then I will burn through them. And then I will like do fast pass and read through all of them.
Oh, I don't have fast pass, or else that would be annihilated already. I would have read
And
all the
then
things.
I'll take a break again and let them all build up. But True Beauty, I'm also like super behind on. Let's Play, I'm super behind on. Like there's a bunch that I've been
Mhm.
reading for years that I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have so much to read when I'm in the mood again.
True. I think I was reading True Beauty.
I love True Beauty. It's I don't know. There's another one now I can't remember the name, but I absolutely adored it. I read it like super fast. It was like Parallel something. And it's about these parallel like this love through this parallel universe, and they each live on one side of the parallel universe, and so it's from the perspective of the girl, and she thinks that her apartment is haunted, but really it's this dude who lives in another universe and then ends up falling into her world. And then they have to like and then it like all the universe gets all messed up, and so then they have to like figure out. I'll send it to you. I'll look it up and I'll send it to you. It's great. I loved it. I think you'll love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, definitely because I mean I was reading True Beauty. I burned through quite a bit of that, but then I sort of fell off the wagon with it, and I'm reading The Queen and the Woodborn, which is by one of my favorite comic artist, Stephen Subject.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote Sunstone. And let's see what else. His wife has a comic, World, which is about Hades
Oh
and
yeah.
Persephone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bloodstain. And Bloodstain
Okay.
is hilarious. I love Bloodstain. So those are my obsessions on
Right.
Webtoon, besides
I'm
Lore
just
Olympus.
I'm just playing video games right now.
I
It's
mean, that's cool.
all I'm doing. I'm playing Dreamlight Valley and I'm playing Ooblets.
Ooh,
And
Blitz.
Ooblets is so cute. Oh, it's so cute. I have all these little Ooblets and you do dance battles and
Aw.
and you get to farm and you get to dress up your Ooblets in like little Ooblet costumes.
Aw.
And oh, it's adorable. I'm so here for it. And I actually like started a new game because I finished all the quests. But Dreamlight Valley, I burned through all the quests already, so I only check it like once a day for the Scrooge store to see if there's new things I don't own yet until the next update.
Fair. And I did get to tell Nate about your Mickey situation, and well, I was just laughing the whole time.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
goodness. No, I wanted to murder Mickey. Murder him. Murder him. And like when I first started playing it, I was actually on like a live call, like a body doubling call with a few different people. And I'm
Mhm.
just cursing out Mickey and they are dying laughing.
Yes.
Like I was out for Mickey blood. Like there was and like in the update they actually fixed his creepy serial killer eyes,
Right. Like
right?
he's following you around like, Kirsten, participate in my capitalism.
No, but seriously, and like he would like hide behind bushes and like fences and stuff and just stare at you. Or like his creepy serial killer. Like what? They fixed his eyes. I don't know how they fixed them, but they are fixed. And
Oh, good.
he doesn't hide behind hedges anymore.
Oh, good.
Because he would like stand behind a hedge and just watch you.
Oh
Like
my
just
God.
watch you.
Somebody needs to make a creepy pasta about Dreamlight Valley Mickey just stalking you
Oh
when
my,
you slowly go
it would be
crazy.
so good. I would be there for it. I would
Oh,
be there for
same.
it. I would.
Same.
But Mickey has to be murdered in the end, otherwise I'm not there for it.
Oh, yeah, no, no, for sure. Like, you must find a way. You must find a way.
But yeah. Nope. And like everybody was complaining about Donald Duck having his crazy tism meltdowns. And he makes like when he has a meltdown, he like has a tantrum and he makes a large train sound. And it was louder. They did change it so it's quieter and it's not as frequent, but it wasn't even close to as bad as Mickey's eyes. Like not even, not even. He was so codependent. And like if you weren't with him, he was just watching you. Like no matter where you went, either anywhere on the island, there he'd be. just staring. Like, I think that they knew what they were doing.
Oh, somebody on that task force did for sure.
I think that they knew. But I also think like since it's in beta, a lot of things they knew what they were doing to see
True.
what happens in the fan base because it is pretty hilarious and there are some really good memes. Not gonna lie.
Fair.
Right? I mean, what else are you gonna do when a game is being beta tested? Like,
That, pretty much that.
exactly. Anyway, we should probably get on focus. Thanks, guys,
Yes.
for our lovely tangent of
Yes.
other nerdy stuff that we're into.
Yeah, things not related to Fantastic
Nana,
Nana.
right? Right. And then we have Junko's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
And Junko's Corner is just always adorable because it's a recap of what you've read, like so far in the story. And there, I believe, like Junko's Corner, it's like a little bar.
Mm-hmm.
And the most recent thing that was actually published, and I can't remember if it was in Cookie or in Zipper, because at this point in time, these were published in Cookie. And Cookie was a brand new magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nana was introduced the same time that Cookie was. And along the way, it was also published in Zipper. But the most recent thing that was published actually quite a few years ago now, was actually a Junko's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a little short thing because Junko's Corner is just a little short thing. And it just snuck up out of nowhere.
It did, and I made my heart flutter. Honestly.
Right? I got really excited, and then I was like, it was a lie.
Damn it.
Right? But who knows? Who knows? I would like to just have a conversation with her and be like, okay, bitch. Okay, what's the deal? Like, I know that you're not well, but what kind of unwell, and can we help? Like,
Right?
you have millions of people who love you,
Mm-hmm.
who would do anything, who you have captivated with your storytelling.
Mm-hmm. What fundraiser do we gotta put together?
Right? What do we need to do
Mm-hmm.
to know what happens?
Yeah.
I mean, we know what happens, even though I think that wouldn't have actually happened. I have theories.
I have so many. See, there's so many loose like thread bits that I have read a whole bunch of speculations, and because I have my own headcanons. When I read other people's stuff, I tend to go, "Nope, that ain't it."
Right.
And I know that's not fair because I'm like, well, that's their headcanon. But sometimes I'm like, how did you put this and this together and come up with that?
Yeah,
Did we
like
read
that's the
the same
thing. I'm like, wait, did we read? Yeah, did we read the same story? Are you sure?
Yeah, are you positive? Because I don't think But we'll get to that, I guess, way later.
We'll get to that way later. We have lots of chapters, lots of them.
So many.
They talk in Junko's Corner, they introduce like there's an image of Hachi holding up like a picture of Nana.
Looking wrecked.
Right? And so they're talking about how it's getting serialized into Cookie and what Cookie is. And they also if you look, they have Paradise Kiss Volume 1. Junko's holding it.
And they do. And that's her other.
So that's a little, advert for it, definitely. And the Nana Shoujo Beat. So, like, this was obviously that was changed. Because it was probably the mailing address for Cookie for Aizawa, for Nana.
Yeah.
And so obviously that was changed to Viz Media for when it was put in Shoujo Beat. Because, editing.
Yes.
And look at, oh my goodness, it's a picture of George.
Yeah, aren't you like in love with George?
Oh my god, he's such an asshole. I'm so here for it. He's terrible. He's
a conundrum, is that guy, because I've read Paradise Kiss, not as much as I've read Nana, but every time I read it, I'm just like, he's not as bad as, oh god, what's his name, who's dating Miwako?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I actually think he's better.
Really?
Yeah, because he actually loves Miwako.
Oh.
And also, though, you have to know my neighborhood or Gokenjo,
Mhm.
because the thing is that Miwako's older sister, who owns Happy Berry, she is actually from a whole nother series altogether, and that is where they grew up. And so they've known each other since they were like small children, which you kind of see in Parakiss, but you don't see the extent
Mhm.
of the story. Like, yeah, they time travel back, and Miwako shares that, with Carrie, and that type of thing. But it's not like the full picture. And they kind of like prelude and they kind of tell you about Gokenjo, but like I don't know, Gokenjo was like long.
Mhm.
Is a lot of content, right? Um and like I think that he's just an asshole because he's protective.
Mm. I mean,
Because he's not an
yeah,
asshole to her.
yeah. Well, he didn't he have like a couple moments where like, he was kind of yelling at her,
Yeah.
and I'm
That
like,
is true.
oh,
But it's also not a new relationship. Like, it doesn't mean it's okay. But
yeah,
it's also like there's so much other content to their relationship that's not in Parakiss.
yeah. I really wish I could read some of the other stuff, but like I have no idea where translations would even be
I'm
found.
still I'm still looking. I need to actually dedicate some time to it, but I've been working on horoscopes.
Hmm.
Um, but in the Discord channel, as I find the links for these things, I'll just make a channel that
Cool.
has like each one so that I can post chapters as I find them, because I'm just like sifting through the Wayback Machine to find old torrents and stuff that have been scanned.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
because that's like really the only way. Because
Hmm.
like that's how well we used to get them. Is
Mm.
we used to get
Yeah.
translated torrents direct.
Yeah.
But we also used to pirate literally everything because that was the golden era of the internet. Before they realized that they could charge for all of this stuff.
Right.
But and before like, people went to prison for it. But um but there is a lot of overlap there. I mean, with George, um I just don't think he cares about Caroline.
No.
She's a
Mm.
muse,
She's a muse. Yeah,
and she
100%.
cares about him.
Yeah. That's
Like,
rough.
that's my problem. You know what I mean? And he knows.
Yeah,
He knows.
because he's a little cocky. Little
He's super cocky. What are you
cocky.
talking about? He's like
I'm being
in
generous.
his own universe. He's in his own
Yeah.
universe. But I would have to like revisit before like I totally pick him apart
Fair.
like I want to. But he's still hot. I'm here for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think I was like, who's the yeah, he's
As long as I know he's an asshole, it's fine, I guess.
yeah.
It's like Takumi.
It's like Takumi.
Takumi totally essays her. I
He
have
you're like, I have so many opinions on Chico. I mean, I do too, and mine are probably all I probably give him way too many excuses, and you're gonna punch holes in all of it.
But he is really hot. And like the thing is he just wants to pay for security. He wants to pay for a lineage. That's my problem.
Ye Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I never got that, but maybe it's because I am the Hachi and I don't see it.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get there.
Okay, cool.
Well, I think that like, overall, like the first two chapters thus far, I was really mean to Hachi. I'll make up for it later. I blame Mars, but I also don't, because I think that she's just too codependent, but that she needs Nana.
Yeah,
Um,
you're not wrong. She's incredibly needy.
right.
Incredibly.
Right. And I think that Nana learns more from Hachi than just how to allow herself to be dependent on other people, but also there is that aspect of Nana's insecurities um, that I think that Hachi, because of how Hachi has a lot of self-love
Hmm.
and Nana doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Hachi self-loves to a fault, okay? Like, I'm not going to get into it because I already have. But that's also that balance.
Yeah.
Because they are both selfish in different ways on different ends of the spectrum.
Hmm.
And when they meet together, it's like, oh, I can care for someone else,
Yeah.
right? I'm able to do this. It just has to be the right person.
Hmm. We know what she was listening to, which is really interesting because I've read some discourse recently about how the Sex Pistols were totally posers, but I feel like that is a tangent, but I am
I mean, they were
curious.
into fashion, and that's where that comes from.
Oh, I thought most people seem to think it's their sound. They're like their
Well, I
sound, like,
mean, yeah, I mean, they weren't necessarily posers. I I wouldn't say that they were posers. I would say that they were a part of an era.
mm, that's fair.
They were terrible,
Mm.
but they made a statement.
Mhm.
They did a thing.
True.
They created an image. And so honestly though, like with that genre of music, if you want to pick it apart, all bands in that genre of music are terrible.
True.
So, I mean, but that argument comes up every once in a while anyway. And it's either the Ramones or the Sex Pistols. Like it's always been this argument, American or UK, punk rock, blah blah blah, 1970s, yada yada. And like people always pick those things apart. And it's like, but there are all these other bands also. But like they
Mhm.
made a claim to fame. They made an image. It just puts you up higher on the pedestal of imagery to be picked apart. I mean, they were terrible.
Mhm.
Who cares?
Fair.
Right? I mean, that's it. That's the whole story. They were terrible. They made a statement. Like,
True.
who cares like what the ins and outs were? And if you weren't there, I mean, it's all subjective at that point, right?
True.
Even if you were. But yeah.
I mean, fair. Like, yeah. And again, I'm gonna up the tangent, or I'm gonna to start having my opinions about the Cure. Uh,
I mean, there's also a lot of opinions about the Cure, right? So like it's just one of those things. I mean, but like the whole them being posers always comes back up every 10 years or so.
mm, is it
It's
just
an ongoing
fashion?
thing. Primarily.
Mm, it seems like a weird hill to die on. Like, oh, they were into fashion, so therefore posers. I'm like,
Well, and they
okay.
were terrible.
Oh well, you know.
They were terrible.
Uh,
Like
Personality wise or like musically? Like,
music.
okay.
Yeah, they were terrible. I mean, personality probably too. But like
Yeah.
they were a terrible band. Like that's
Yeah.
it. You know, but like I don't know. It's just one of those things. It was an image thing, but that was also the time period of image of that
Hmm.
image specifically, right?
Yeah.
And so people get weird about stuff like that. And it's like, why do you actually care? Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Like,
No.
there's so many other options. Why not enjoy something instead? Right? I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know.
I mean, true, but then again, we both of us also hate things too, so.
Oh yeah, I hate things with a fiery passion. I'm not even gonna pretend that I don't. But like I don't hate things for being superficial necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
hate things
fair.
because of their substance.
Mm. Oh, I hate this styrofoam. Ah!
Right?